Here's what I know. No. This gift, this time together for 105 years, it's real. But it doesn't exist until we have someone to share the gift with.
Once upon a time.
Hey there, chess nerds! Did you miss me?
Are we a thing?
Darling, we're everything.
Sometimes it goes the way you want, and sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes when it doesn't, you find something beautiful.
Teodoro Anton.
Teodoro, Maria. Would you suppose there had never been an Audrey 2? Would you still like me?
I still love you, Senor.
I had to win, Florence. I had to win to be free.
When you sing, it's not just the notes. This is rejoicing.
Why do you live like there's a war on?
I thought it was the end of everything. But somehow, things changed.
Hey, I got a prediction.
What is it?
We're going all the way.
Yes!
Okay, that was fun. Wow. Well, hi everybody. Mike, today you and I are making TV, not theater.
We're talking like, oh, we've got a noon show.
This
like,
is not what we normally do, so bear with us. Hi, I'm Kofi Coleman. I'm the president and CEO here at the Muny, and my co-host.
I'm Mike Isaacson, the artistic director and executive producer, and I'll be handling traffic and weather.
I'll be doing sports and news. We know that today you're here to hear about the 2024 season. We will get to that. We're excited. Thank you for being here. What we want to start with is what we always start with, which is gratitude. We want to thank the audience that makes this group of people, these memories. 348,000 people joined us last summer. That is, I'll clap for that. So we want to thank the audience. We want to thank our season ticket holders. We want to thank our donors, our subscribers. Yesterday we got to announce the season to the board. We have an amazing board of directors who gives us a lot of support. The repertory committee, we don't want to list them all, but that board. And then those of you that are in the room today, you being here, makes this less awkward for us. So we want to thank you for being here and taking some time out of your day to share this excitement. We want to thank the people in internet land on whichever camera I'm supposed to look at. Thank you for taking part of your day too. We'd love to know where you're joining us from. Feel free to put it in the chat. But we want to open with gratitude, and I want to stop talking because I know you want to know what the shows are.
106 2024, that beautiful montage you saw of last summer season. We had a great season, and Kofi shared those numbers, and we're all on this journey together. There've been people before us, there'll be people after us, but there's these chapters and there's excitement where we sort of tap in. And last summer, you never know, we all see it different ways, but post-COVID and everything, there was such excitement and such pride in the audience and such a sense of adventure. And so as we looked at this season and moving forward, we just wanted to take that and go further. So this season's epic. Get ready. It's big, it's bold.
Crazy.
It's a little crazy.
Yeah.
It's a lot crazy. In a sense, but it has the hallmarks of something old, something new, something for everybody, whoever you are in this beautiful community. I hope there's at least one where you go, oh, I want to see that. It's a great adventure. We talk about it. There's no formula. There's no recipe. We sort of look at it.
We look at the survey. You guys, people ask me every night out there, am I filling this out for any reason? Yes, you will see that these shows that we've picked come from the survey. So when you see that QR code next year, fill it in. You picked this, so I hope you like it, because you all picked this.
Yeah,
So-
it's your fault.
Okay, let's do it.
All right,
Let's get to it.
So we are going to open our 106th season on June 17th with a show. This is its third time on the Muny stage. Our last production was, I think, 12 years ago. It is one of the most popular musicals in the history of musical theater. We are so thrilled to bring the return of...
They like it. They like it. I think they like it. All
Okay,
right.
one down.
One down. All right, one.
Okay.
You picked that.
Check. The promise of this show on our stage, its beauty, its power, its majesty, everything we can bring to it. I'm so excited because we have everything we have with our new stage to bring to it. I was thinking about this show last night, and I've always felt, literally the show, and there's several in this season that have played around the world to different cultures and different peoples and whatever. And there is something in this story, I think it's at the top of the show, when Jean Valjean is offered one of the most powerful forces there is, which is forgiveness. And with forgiveness, he has opportunity. And he asks the question, who am I? How do I become a good person? And there's something fundamental in that idea with the beauty and power of that music that audiences say, yes, I want to take that journey, I want to go. So it's going to be a big way to open the season. One day more and more and more and more in that. And so we're really, really excited. We are going to follow that up with another boutique, small little bonbon of a show. This is only its second production in the history of the Muny. It is what I personally think is one of the great contemporary classic musicals, and it is... We got some gas!
We went from like to really like.
Yeah, we got the gas. We got the gas.
I know I'm not supposed to have a favorite show. We're not supposed to have favorite shows. I have now told the world. So the secret's out. This is on that favorite list. Apparently, I'm not alone in the room with that.
When it opened on Broadway in 1981, it was what I like to call a comet musical. It just sort of arrived and everybody was like, it redefined, it reshaped, it told its story in a way that had not been told before. The genius director, choreographer, Michael Bennett, this was his follow-up to A Chorus Line. And the score and what it taught us about it takes the story of a girl group that begins in 1962 and you go through about the mid-70s. And it is their friendship, and is their family, and their struggle, and is the price they're paying, and what they lose, and what they gain in each other. And the music is just extraordinary. It is a galvanizing musical. So again, it's another one. The last time we did it was 2012. And we were really excited to get the rights for this season because we weren't sure that was going to happen because these things get tricky. And so we're going to do Dreamgirls, and it's going to be amazing, right?
It's going to be fantastic.
And a lot of costumes. A lot of costumes. As I'm sure you know, the annual family musical is one of the most glorious traditions of the Muny, 106 years. I really love it because people will walk up to me with their kids or grandkids and say this is their first time at the Muny, and it's sort of the invitation to the dance of musical theater and what this is, and that it's a great moment. There was, musical theater historian geek, but when this film opened in 1987, if you trace its history through, it literally changed the course of musical theater because it was the beginning of a whole new generation understanding it. This is our third production of this show in our thing, and it is one of our most popular shows ever, and it is... All right. We're 3 for 3 on the gasps from the front row. I'm loving the front row.
Yeah, we're doing all
giving
right.
me the gasps.
So specifically, you picked these.
Okay. If you know this history, this was the beginning of, you know, it changed Disney, it changed animated films, eventually changed musical theater. But what you have in this, and we had this so powerfully last season with Beauty and the Beast, is you also have, and it's particularly beautiful at the Muny, you have generations where this music has been a part of their lives. You know, we've been driving the minivan and the kids in the back singing the song, right? But it's at a lot of head nods, yes, I know. Yeah, but that is something. That is shared experience, that is shared values, that is shared life together. And so when, particularly for these shows, when there's 10,000 people, young, old, sharing this together, it's uncommonly beautiful at the Muny. I mean, it's Beauty and the Beast, I'm still getting my head around what happened for the audience in that. But these are our tales, these are things, and particularly, you know, what we're all living around, something that unites us, that we can all share together, and the imagination, the beauty, and the fantasy. So, yeah, that will be the third show.
I bet you all thought we were going to give you all 7 right away. And we're not. This is what we call a dance break in theater. No dancing. You know, Mike, to that point, my first theater experience was with the family show. My first experience here was Wizard of Oz. I was like 8, and it's that family show and that moment. So, you know, these first 3, what I love about the first 3 we're doing is I have a specific memory of seeing all 3 of these shows now here. You know, as my family, we weren't season ticket holders, but we were here a lot. And quick note to all of you season ticket holders out there, we've seen 3 shows. I know you already want to renew. I'm sure that you do. So if you do, don't worry, your renewal will be in the mail in a couple of weeks. And we encourage people, and we're going to say this over and over, invite a friend, bring someone that's never been here to the Muny. That's what we want to do. We're building a season here that's going to be exciting to those of you who are tried and true Muny goers, but something that's also going to be inviting to your folks, your family, your friends, your neighbors, people that have not experienced it. That's the most important part. So don't forget your renewals are coming. If you want to get your new season tickets, you can get those in March. And right now, if you want, you can get a gift card. And that's the end of the dance break. Back to the show.
Back to the show. So this next show, there have been 11 prior Muny productions. And I was doing the math last night, so if you just do a basic number, because the first time it ran, it was 2 weeks. So that means more than about 1 million St. Louisans have experienced this show together at the Muny through its lifeblood. When you talk about classics, I think there's sort of 2 categories. There's up to 1964, and then there's post kind of 75. It wasn't a good decade in between. That's a different story. And this is one of the great classics. And its power has been exhibited in this country and around the world. It seems all the more timely now. So let's give it up for... You know, I don't know what more I can add, but I do know with a show like this, because so much of it is about family, it's about fathers and daughters, or father and daughter, parents and daughters, that one thing I know about I learned very early on about the Muny audience, which is so beautiful, that when we have these shows that are part of our repertoire and who we are, our audience sits there, you sit there, and you remember not only the last time you saw it, but who you were with and who was a part of your lives. There's a whole other conversation that goes on with these shows that I just love. So that will be show, what do we do? So we've done Les Mis, Dreamgirls, Little Mermaid, Fiddler on the Roof, and now I'm very excited because for our next show, the Muny is, not only is this a Muny premiere, but this is a US premiere. We are the first theater in the country to produce this next show after its incredibly successful Broadway run and national tour and London and all the things. So let's give it up for...
You all have to be the front row
Yeah.
every time we do this from now on. This is the front row. Yeah.
So if you don't know, Waitress was built on a highly acclaimed but independent film that came out in about 2007. It was turned into a Broadway musical in 2016 with extraordinary music by, if you know her, the contemporary singer-songwriter Sarah Bareilles. And her voice in this character, the character of Jenna, there's just something was magical was created for the audiences. And Jenna, as you can guess, is a waitress in a small town, and she is struggling with her job and struggling with her marriage and has to find a way through. And it is a beautiful, powerful story, and we're so honored. I want to thank a colleague we have in New York, Alicia Parker and Barry Weissler, who were just instrumental in allowing the Muny to have this chapter in our history. So so now we've done Les Mis, Dreamgirls, Little Mermaid, I'm exhausted already, Fiddler on the Roof, Waitress, and...
We're not going to go. We're going to take another break.
We're gonna
Let's take another break.
Let's check the weather.
Let's check.
How's traffic on?
One of the questions that you all ask a lot is also not just how do we select the shows, but how do we figure out what to order? What is the path that the season goes through? I think last year was a really positive season. I mean, they've all been positive, but last year was one that we were finally back to 7 shows that we selected together to run this in a particular order. The previous 2 seasons after the pandemic, which we are not going to talk about, we had shows that were mixed in from previous other years. So we could get the arc of the season in a path that made a lot of sense. And so when I look at this with the 5, right, we've done 5 so far?
Yep.
The 5 that we're through, there's some logic to it. To go from a show like Fiddler that you said 1 million people have seen on this stage to go to Waitress, which 0 people have seen on this stage, is something that keeps coming. As you're coming back week to week, those subscribers, those donors, those people that have made this a part of their summer for the whole way through, we're intentional in making sure that week to week, or I guess it's like every other week now, the way the schedule runs, you have a surprise or something exciting. There's something that's going to feel familiar and something that's going to feel adventurous. So just know that after we've spent a few weeks battling through figuring out what the 7 shows are, also figuring out how they go together is something that matters. And I hope that translates to you. We want the stories to not just mean something to you, but to reflect your own lives, things you've gone through, see reflections of yourself on stage. It's more than just putting 7 shows on. We're doing something together that we hope means something to you. So I'm interested to hear the reactions to go from Fiddler to Waitress. That 4 to 5 jump should be an interesting 2 weeks.
So
we should tell them the rest. Right?
Now we're going to do the rest, which is 6 and 7. But just one more thing for everybody who's watching online after the 7th, don't just cut off, because you want to stick around to the end, because at the end of this, we're going to show you a little teaser trailer of this incredible documentary series that will be going online next Wednesday at 7 o'clock Central that we've done on the history of the Muny. So, incentive to stick around. The 6th show is another Muny premiere. And I remember sitting in an off-Broadway theater in 2007 and seeing the show and thinking, oh, this is a voice. This is a major talent. And that talent was Lin-Manuel Miranda, and now we're gonna have the Muny premiere of... Back to the Gas.
Lin-Manuel, never heard of it.
Yeah. Back to Traffic.
Back to you, Mike.
Yeah. This is a sensational show. And the way I oddly look at things, to me, it's very similar, and it's in the world of the lineage of what we had last season with like West Side Story and Rent. It's a story of young people. It's people finding their voice and people finding what their community means and who they are and how they function and what those values and that journey is. And it's just, I love when we have these, and Fiddler has this too, when we can show community, real community on the Muny stage, because we can, and how that resonates with who we are and what the audience is. It's just, it'll just be magic. And then, to close out our 106 season, we are going way back to a musical that will next year, it's 90 years since its original production. It is 25 years since its last Muny production, and it is Cole Porter's Anything Goes. Look at that.
They're trying to figure it out.
Yeah. This is really exciting because it is just purebred entertainment. It is Cole Porter at the height of his powers. I Get a Kick Out of You, the title song, Anything Goes, You're the Top. I mean, it's just one crazy, beautiful song after another, loads with comedy and tap dancing, and just, it's so great to have within this season, again, variety styles, this other tradition of just pure musical comedy that's part of the American musical theater and the Muny history. So here we go. Here it is, the 106th season. Les Mis, Dreamgirls, Little Mermaid, Fiddler on the Roof, Waitress, In the Heights, and Anything Goes. There you go.
We've said it out loud. It's real now. We've said it.
Yeah, I guess we have to do this
We have
now.
to do them now. Yeah.
It's still on me, right?
Yeah, you're going to tell people how they can be in the shows.
Yes.
if they'd
Okay.
like
So
to. Yes.
online right now, we know, in fact, because my phone was blowing up all morning. There's members of the Broadway community and the Muny artistic community that are watching this and looking at the dates and figuring out what it is. So if you go to muny.org/auditions, all that information is there. It's also behind me, if you can see this. As I hope you know, for generations, the Muny has had this extraordinary place in Broadway and musical theater and theater around the country, is the premier training ground of young people to learn their talents, be a part of professional production, and that includes designers and all our interns, and it's really a powerful thing of who we are and what we do. So these are the audition dates, and for somebody's out there watching, yes, there are people who came to our weekend last year who had never had a professional show who ended up in a Muny production. So the dream can happen here, and we hope everybody comes and auditions, because talent is everything to us, and we grow it and we celebrate it, and we have it on and backstage, and also all our amazing colleagues for Kofi and I who arranged all this, who are all standing in the back. I think that's what I have right now.
Well, so that's how you can be a part of the show. For the people that are the reason why we do these shows, which is all of you, it's the people in this room, again, it's the people online, it's the people that come out, it's the generations that have been here before. Our jobs, this place, all of that we do exists because you make this possible. We would not have these careers. We have these things that we call jobs that are more like dreams. We get to come here and do this every day in this park. We get out there in the summer and we celebrate together as a community. You really can't. You can't trade that. So when we are able to put together 7 shows like this and we get these gasps and reactions, this is just a small way that we can say thank you back to our community that has made our lives and our livelihoods possible. So we mean that. This is our gratitude back to you, and the reactions in the room says that we picked something you love, and now it's time to deliver on that. We also want to thank, there's some community partners that also made this day possible that we want to thank. Our friends from Array of Events, our team from Switch. I feel like every time I'm on a microphone thanking people, it includes Switch, because Switch is constantly supporting us and this community. So thank you for our friends from Switch. And Havana Cuisine, there is some lunch in the back. Sorry to those of you online. Maybe we can get it on camera, but it smells delicious. So. Next time you should be here. And I definitely want to thank the staff. Mike alluded to that. There are a lot of people. We get to sit up here all the time. We get to get on stage and we have the microphone and represent something that there are hundreds of people that come together. 35 full-time staff, 800 plus seasonal employees. You all make this happen. So to my colleagues in the room that are not on camera, lucky you, we want to thank you as well. But thank you all for taking the time today. You seem to love this, and we're going to deliver on our part of it. 2 final things for everyone who's been looking at our marketing department's teasers. That will all be explained, I believe, at 3 o'clock today. So that, yeah. Everybody wants to know. I too want to know. Yeah, we want to know what this is. And also, thank you. And we're going to close out with a taste of what's coming starting next Wednesday at 7 Central. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody who's online. I think we're supposed to move.
It's one of the greatest civic artistic accomplishments in the history of this nation.
When you have 10,000 people paying direct attention to one moment, you feel the energy.
It's a deep-rooted tradition. that highlights our values.
Sharing joy together specifically, I think is one of the greatest boosts to the health of the community. That's what we're doing here.
If you're going to have a summer theater with 11,000 seats, it damn well better be special.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
Have some lunch.